By this point on TikTok, I have thousands of followers and thousands of Salafi and Wahhabi people have seen my content. Every time I stream, there are 10s, 20s, 30 Wahhabis who come to my stream and just completely trash my content. And Shia people on my stream, they're usually quite polite. Christians are mostly polite on my stream as well. You know, we have some Hindus, they are usually quite polite. We have sometimes Buddhists. We have sometimes atheists who come to the channel who are quite polite, agnostics. But the Wahhabis and Salafis, they are extremely rude. So I've learned a great deal with how to argue with Wahhabis and Salafis. So again, this is for Sufi people, people of Sufi tariqah, so that you can learn how you can defend yourself when they start attacking you. Number one, they will use name calling. That's a very low level of argumentation, but that is anyway the most popular argumentation technique that Wahhabis and Salafis use against me, name calling. They will say, Sufis are mushrik, Sufis commit shirk, Sufis are great masjid dancers, you're a masjid dancer, Sufis kufur, all the Sufis are kafir. They will use name calling. Now the danger here to any Sufi people, yeah, Tijani, Naqshbandi, Qadri, anyone who watch this, they are assuming that what they are saying is true. And you don't fall for it, because if you fall for it, then you will start defending yourself. What? I'm not a kafir. No. We are not mushrik. No. We are not doing bidah. No, bro, it's name calling. They are making assumptions and making you argue from a point that their accusation is true. But it is not true that Sufis commit shirk. It is not true that going to a grave and asking for tawassul, even if it's in Quran 5:35, asking for help from a saint, that is shirk, any more than it is shirk to ask help from a living imam. They have an argument and an opinion that it is the case, but they will assume that it is true and start name calling on you. So name calling is a very, very low level of argumentation. It shows that the arguer is not sincere in trying to understand what is the deal with the awliya, what is the deal with, you know, the Sufi practices. Instead, they attack you with the name and make you defend against that name. The key here and the advice here is to see, it's not true, brother. Ya Allah, Ya Haqqu, it's not true. You are the one who define who you are. Their name calling, that's their opinion on what you are. But you are the one who define what you are. So essentially, someone say, oh, Sufi, you're a mushrik. You can say, no, I am not a mushrik. I don't commit shirk. You have an opinion about that, but I am not that. You understand? Just because he has an opinion of something doesn't mean that that name is true. And never give the power of naming to someone else. Keep it for yourself. So that's the first level, is name calling. The second one is personal attacks. This is the second most popular attitude that the Salafi people do against me. They will come and insult me. Say, you're in Amsterdam because you're smoking weed. No, that's true. You're in Amsterdam because you're smoking weed. You're in Amsterdam because you're smoking weed, you're taking drugs. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. You understand? So the intention here is to try to get me angry. Then they say, why are you angry? Why are you angry? You know that I have probably 10 or 20 videos where I'm completely calm. And you have Wahhabis who flood the comment section saying that I'm angry. They are trying to get you angry. So they are trying to speak it into existence because they want to portray you as a rude person, as an angry person, so that other people won't follow you. All you need to do is that, no, I am not angry. You're projecting your own reality to me. You are likely the one who is angry. And because you are angry, you see that in other people. But it is, again, a slandering tactic. Intended to sort of belittle you and make you less credible. So number one was name calling, shirk, bid'ah. Number two is personal attacks. You're angry. You're taking drugs. No, I'm not angry. No, I'm not taking drugs. So all of these are very, very low level arguments. We are not even dealing with the subject matter at all. And this is why, so 80-90% of the time when you deal with Wahhabis and Salafis, they will do name calling or personal attacks. And all of these are to take your attention away from the issue of tasawwuf, that human beings can study ihsan, Tasawwuf is ilm al-ihsan. All the 4 imams allowed for tasawwuf. Different schools, just like the madhabs, Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanbali. We have schools of thought in tasawwuf. We have Qadiriya, Naqshbandiya, Tijaniya, different approaches to ihsan. It's the same thing, and ihsan is in Quran and Hadith. They want to divert you there and start with the name calling or personal attacks. And that way they put you in a defensive position so that you have to defend yourself against accusations they make to you which are not true. Number 3, if you even remotely even get close to, this will only happen 10-20% of the cases with a Wahhabi and Salafi, that they will even argue with you, because 80% of them don't even want to argue with you. They just want to name call or do personal attacks. If you even get to the kind of level of discussion, that's 10-20% of the cases, then they will do usually 2 styles of arguments to you. So the one is, number 3, would be that they would they would use a kind of straw man argument against you, where you say something, yeah, we do zikr. So you are saying that innovation is allowed in Islam. That's a straw man argument. No. Nobody has said that innovation is allowed in Islam. Zikr is not an innovation. I'm not saying that. Or you're saying that, oh, yeah, but, you know, we are going to the tombs of the saints to do tawassul. So then they will straw man argument that and say, so you are saying that Tawheed is not Islam? No. Nobody has said anything about Tawheed. This is not about Tawheed. This is about tawassul and going and asking for help from a saint. So you understand, they want to exaggerate and put words in your mouth and make you say things that you are actually not saying. It's a typical strawman argument. That's the most common form of argument if you would ever even get to their kind of level of argumentation. And that is why in a previous video I said that most Wahhabis and Salafis are not sincere, because 80-90% of the comments I get are personal attacks or name calling. Not even on the level of like trying to understand what the Sufis say, or understanding what is tawassul, what is the awliya, what is the mawlid, what is zikrullah, what is ihsan, what is haqiqa and marifa. No, not even close to trying to sincerely understand that, like a serious debater would. But it's name calling and so on. But if you get to that level, they will likely do straw man arguments to you. And what is important if that happens is that you need a level of meditation and concentration for this. You need to stay concentrated on the topic that you're discussing. Because the more you're concentrated on the topic, the more you will see when people are trying to diverge the topic. No, I'm not talking about Tawheed. We are talking about Tawassul. So you're saying that. No, I'm not saying that. You're saying that. So you mean this. No, I'm not meaning that. That's you're trying to put words in my mouth and strawman me. I mean what I'm saying, and I'm saying this. So you take the attention back to the topic that you want to discuss. That's how you deal with strawman. Number 4 is a very common also technique in case you would ever, go and discuss with any one of these people. They will make an assumption, a big guess, assume that it is true and speak as if it is true. And then you are arguing against a false reality. This is a vicious technique. They will talk about Islam they will talk about Salafism as if it's Islam. You understand? So they are assuming that their opinion is Islam. They are assuming that their religion is the true religion. So they will say things like, oh, you're introducing innovations in our religion. Oh, you are talking about our religion. No, we are not talking about your religion. We are talking about Islam according to the Sufi sheikhs. And you're talking about Islam according to the Salafi way of thinking. Also in our Islam, in Islam we do this and in Islam we do that. You see now, when they talk about Islam like they own Islam, like Islam is their property, they are assuming that their deen is the deen of Allah. And they are acting as if it is true. And they are assuming that you are a sect. So they will talk to you like they have the right Islam and you are a sect. And the danger here is that you will easily be in a defensive position where you will start defending that, no, we are not a sect. Tasawwuf is not a sect. It's a part of it. No. We are not a sect. There are no sects in Islam and yada, yada, yada. No. See the subtlety here. They are assuming that their way is the true way and you are a sect, and they are talking as if that is a reality. How you counter that is you say, no, that's not Islam, that's Wahhabism. No, that's not Islam, it's Salafism. You understand? You use the name for what it is. You individualize their deen. That's how you solve that. You individualize their deen. When they make assumptions and act as if it is true. You individualize. Now, that's not Islam, that's your opinion. That's not Islam, that's your opinion. That's Islam according to you. You all have the right to have your opinion. Wahhabi people have the right to have an opinion of Islam and practice the way they think is the true deen. Salafi people have the right to have their opinion and discuss Islam according to how they think it should be practiced. I am also right to have my opinion of this is the way it should be. It should be Islam iman ihsan. It should have a mystical inner component. Sharia wa hakika. This is my opinion. This is our way. We have the right also to talk about Islam in our way. And here, when they make these assumptions, you will see the fundamentalism and radicalism that exists in Wahhabism and Salafism, because they tend to think that their opinion is the truth. And you counter that by individualizing it. So again, number 1 and number 2 are 80% of the cases. That's name-calling and personal attacks. Number 3 and 4, which is 20% of the cases, if you actually get them to discuss, they were either straw man, like, so you are saying that Tawheed is not Islam. You're saying that one shouldn't do the 5 daily prayers. No. Totally not what any Sufi has ever said in any tariqah ever, as long as tariqah has existed. We're saying that zikr, you do zikr, and we are talking about tawassul. We are not talking about Tawheed or Salat. You are straw man. Or number 4 is, oh, so in our Islam, so are you a Muslim? This is how they also can do the number 4. They assume this thing are true. Are you a Muslim? Are you born a Muslim? You see, they are putting themselves as the gatekeepers of Islam. You know, what I sometimes can answer when Wahhabis and Salafis ask, are you Muslim? I usually say that depends on how you define Muslim. If by Muslim you mean Salafi, then no, I'm not a Muslim. In the Salafi way, if by Muslim you mean according to Islam, Iman, Ihsan, the classical way, the Sufi way, then yes, I am a Muslim. You see? No, it's not Islam, it's your opinion. No, it's not Islam, that's Salafism. No, it's not Islam, it's your opinion. People who think like you, your opinion. You have the right to have your opinion, I have my opinion. You see? These are the ways. Because number 5, which is a sincere argumentation, so far, their scholars have attacked me, their learned people have attacked me, not one single time have I been in a sincere discussion with anyone from Wahhabism and Salafism, where they actually are listening, trying to understand what is ihsan, trying to understand the classical way. That has never happened so far. Just for your information. I hope that there are some Salafis out there who actually are interested to have a sincere discussion. And let's talk about the differences. That has never happened so far. So most of these times it's these insincere, either personal attacks or straw manning, or assuming that, making an assumption and acting upon it and putting you in a defensive position. Hopefully this video has been helpful for people of Tariqah, people of Sufism, people who sympathize with Sufism, how you can deal with Wahhabis and Salafis and these kinds of extreme flanks of religion and fundamentalists. Peace!